In the upcoming Season 9, all relics have different routes to choose from, and surprisingly, the relic with the biggest glow-up was Aegis. The unbelievable has happened. Aegis has become actually fun to use. Aegis of Judgment is somewhat of a short-range Thorns. Because of this, people became very angry. Naturally, instead of people not popping their abilities on an Aegis user, Aegis was nerfed instead. Following this nerf, we got to thinking, how could we one-shot with Aegis after it got nerfed so hard? So we played around a bit with the builds, and found that this Emir build is best for maximizing damage. Some of you may be wondering, why no protections? So, Aegis unleashes the damage that you took after mitigations. This means if you build a lot of defense, you will not maximize the amount of stored damage. This is why you build mostly health. The Toxic Blade exists because it gives 100 health and 15 pen. Aegis does magical damage. This means that you need to build some pen in order to ignore some of the enemy mitigations. Ethereal Staff is extremely important for one-shotting. Not only does it increase your max health, it also decreases the max health of your target, so this will make one-shotting them easier. Rangda's Mask has two benefits. You'll do more damage, and at the same time, take more damage. This makes charging your Aegis easier, and also grants the benefit of dealing more damage as well. Also, get Belt of Insatiable Hunger. We'll get back to this later. If only this was everything that we needed to one-shot, but sadly, someone is necessary here. For once in her Smite career, Aphrodite is actually important. With the heavy nerf that Aegis received, it is basically impossible to one-shot without using Aphrodite. Aphrodite has several benefits for doing this task. Aphrodite provides 20% increased damage to all damage coming from her linked target, following a jealousy buff. This means that it also increases Aegis damage. Aphrodite Kiss applies Stone of Binding, which further reduces the defense of the person you want to atomize. Aphrodite only needs to build the following for shredding the protections of her target and making them take more damage. She also needs to buy a Belt of the Berserker. This comes back to Emir's Belt of Insatiable Hunger. It so happens that Belt of Insatiable Hunger and Berserker stack, but only in a specific order of casting. Belt of Hunger, then Belt of the Berserker. This gives you a maximum damage potential of 45% increased damage. When trying to think of the order, remember this. When you're hungry, you go Berserk. Once you combine all these elements, then you need to pray the enemy team unloads on you. Try to charge their fountain, as Aegis charges from any damage you take. Aphrodite needs to kiss the target while linked to provide 20% additional damage to your current 45% increased damage, and to apply Stone of Binding. Should you do everything correctly, and also get incredibly lucky, you should do about 2,000 damage, which is enough to reduce any squishy to atoms. If you really wish to confirm the one-shot, also get a Morgan on your team to transform to Afro to give you an additional 20% increased extra damage. And there you have it. To those trying to one-shot in Season 9, good luck chasing the dopamine high of turning someone into salsa.
Hi guys, it's Leaf. I just want to let you all know that I'm running for Olympian this year. I've been a full-stack software engineer for over 6 years now in my industry, so I feel like I've got some good qualifications to provide some interesting feedback to Hi-Res for Smite, as well as with my experience with Budomegalony Time. I feel like this makes me a pretty stellar candidate. So if you haven't voted yet, please consider voting for me. Thank you.